deck, feel the ocean breeze. Every drink we take puts our minds at ease. From rum to champagne, yeah, we live in the vibe. Sips on ships, baby, it's a whole new ride. Sips on ships, toast to the night. Flavors of the world, everything feels right. Raise your glass, let the good times flow. Sips on ships, let's go, let's go, let's go.
I see y'all rocking back and forth over there. Y'all like my intro? What's up, everybody? It's your girl T from Adventures of Spirits, and welcome to Sips on Ships, where me and some of my other YouTube family review bars on cruise lines. And last year was Carnival. This year we are focusing on Royal Caribbean. So today's segment, we will be talking about the View Bar as well as the Solarium Bar. And of course, I got to bring my co-host up with me, with Yolo from On the Go with Yolo. What's going on, Yolo? How's it going?
It's going great. It's going great. Just, hey, day by day.
That's all. Look, that's all you can do. Day by day. Look, it's all right. One day at a time. That's it. Oh gosh. Well, today, we'll be talking about the View Bar, which is all vibes, right? View Bar is all vibes. If anybody knows, they know. If you know, you know. And then you got the Solarium, which also has its own vibe. So this is like the vibe bar. This is the relaxed, laid out bar review today. Okay. So let's talk about the View Bar a minute. So the View Bar is available on Oasis class ships. Then I always defer to my well-traveled buddy over here. Is the Oasis class the only place you could find a View Bar? Because I haven't seen the View Bar, not even on the newer ships.
Yes, Oasis is the only class you're going to find it. Okay. And on Wonder specifically, maybe Utopia. I don't remember if it's on Utopia or not. I know it's on Wonder.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember seeing it on Utopia.
I don't know if it's on any of the other ships because they would have the two hot tubs on either side.
Right.
They took the hot tub out and put the bar there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't recall whether it's on Harmony or not. I haven't been on Symphony, so I don't know. It's not on Allure. It's not on Oasis. I think it's just on, and don't quote me, I think it's just on Wonder.
Okay.
I didn't do my homework.
That's where I experienced it, and it was actually located literally right outside the Solarium, which of course will be a good segue once we start talking about the Solarium Bar, because the vibe is the whole vibe. Either you want to vibe indoors or you want to vibe outdoors. But the View is located outside, and let me just show you all. It's just better to show you than to say anything. It's just beautiful. It's outside. It's just the bar is there, just overlooking the water. What did you do when you was at the View? Where did you sit, Yolo? Like looking at this review right here.
I'm a bar girl. I sit mostly at the bar, but I have sat in the seating there as well. I can my fondest memory of the View Bar is getting back on the ship in St. Thomas after I got back on, and going to the View Bar and sitting there and just overlooking the island from that viewpoint. Phenomenal. It is just a nice spot to just sit and relax and vibe. If you can be in the center ship depending on where the ship is docked, but it is a nice space. Royal Caribbean has off on this particular space. It is really, really nice. Now you can't really be out there when it's real hot, but it is a nice space to be in, and it does close a little early. I don't think it's open past 7, or I don't think it's open past 7 or 8 o'clock.
Yeah, it's an early closing place, and it probably closes because the Solarium Not that it closes, but it pretty much shuts down most of its activity, you know, around dinner time, right? So,
Yeah.
and it's literally located right outside. If you all can look at those windows in the back to the right, that's actually the solarium. Like you go in, it's literally located right outside of that. And it's beautiful sitting up there. You can't even tell that there's like little glass barriers between you and the water. It just almost looks like you're at an infinity pool, like an infinity bar. And just
it really does. It really does.
Water.
There's some covering to kind of protect you from the sun, but it doesn't completely. So just be mindful. It can get a little warm out there, but as long if the ship is moving, you're gonna have a nice breeze.
Yeah, most definitely. I would think that when we sat out there, it was more towards the latter part of the afternoon, like about 4:35-ish. And it did have a nice breeze around that time of the evening. So that is true. Now we weren't out there like 12 noon, 11, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. I know it was hot out there at that time, but yes. Definitely. Because I think when we went, I know even though it was in November, I'm trying to remember, and it was the 7-day stint of Wonder of the Seas when it used to be a 7-day cruise. And I'm trying to remember we was St. Thomas and stuff. That's where we went. St. Thomas, St. Martin and things of that nature. I think it was like 80 something, 90, like it was high and it was a little humid as well. So, but towards the evening, the latter part, it began to cool down a bit. So it was actually pretty good. Yeah,
I like the space.
Yeah. And at the View Bar, there really isn't any activities other than vibing. You're laying back, relaxing. Definitely. It's not a hyped up area. The music is playing just whatever's over the speaker. Whatever's playing in the solarium is playing at the View Bar. Do you remember any like hyped up music? Because usually I didn't. It was more like regular pop music, but more calm, easygoing type music.
I don't even remember the music from the overhead. I hear the pool music. Whatever's going on at the pool, that's what you hear because it's loud. I mean, it carries over because you're still on the pool deck. You're just off in this little nook. So you still hear that. That's what I remember hearing. It's mostly it's not too loud there because it's, you're talking and having a conversation with whoever you're with or at the bar with bartenders or whatever. So it's a very vibey space and it's really relaxing. The chairs can be a little uncomfortable at the bar, but the other seating.
I did not like those seats.
The bar seating is not that great, but it's still a really nice space. Yeah, it's like they can be a little. They're not bad, but getting in and out of them is a little troublesome.
It's very I did not really like the sturdiness of those seats.
Not very sturdy. I was a little nervous at one point.
Yeah. You see how skinny those legs are? It's like they took a basket and sat it on top of a wire rack.
Yeah. Once you get in there, it's not bad. But it's the wondering whether or not you get in there and it's gonna hold you is the question.
Yeah.
But this seating along the window or along that's nice.
Yeah, those are nice. Yeah. Wow. Well, let's look at the menu because I did drink a few from this bar. I did, and so let me go ahead and share my screen, show you the menu. All right. And so here, their featured cocktails, as you see, they had the Perfect View, which was gin based. They gave you some tequilas, some spritzes, some rums, some vodkas, some wines, and rums, more rums. They did have more rums, but I promise you, if you go to the View Bar, most of the bottles up there are gin and vodka. I don't know why on their menu they don't have as many cocktail like gin or vodka cocktails listed,
Mhm.
but I can tell you whatever you tell them to make you with the gin and vodka, there's darn sure more than enough of gin and vodka to make for you. But they do have, you know, a well-rounded rum, wine, and tequila. They do have those options. I actually tried the Passion Spritz, Cozumel Sunrise, and the Perfect View, but the Passion Spritz was my favorite at the time. What did you have at the View Bar, Yellow?
I've had the passion spritz, the pineapple guava sangria. Of course, I've had the Goombay smash there. I think those are pretty much what I would go to when I'm there. The passion spritz is probably my favorite. I also get I've also gotten Aperol spritzes there. So it's just to me, because again, we're outside. If I'm at the pool or if I'm in a pool vibing type area, I want something that's going to be refreshing and not too heavy. So spritzes tend to do that for me. So a passion spritz or an Aperol spritz are my go-to when I'm at this bar. So my favorite from the menu would be the passion spritz.
Okay, all right. So 2 for this passion spritz. Okay. Let's see what else the View has. So they also have wine by the glass as well as beers. You know, they have beers, they have you know, hard seltzers, the type of wines they have. They have your usual, your Prosecco's, your Brutes, and your you have Zinfandel, Pinot Grigio, Sauvignon Blanc, Pinot Noir. It's pretty much balanced. I still have yet to see my Malbec, but I guess they just gonna make me go to the main dining room and the specialty restaurants in order to get that. But and what you know, I'm like, where's my Malbec at? Come on, at least give me one Malbec. And then they had zero proofs down here. Of course, they had the tropical crush and the watermelon mint lemonade. That watermelon mint lemonade is everything, whether you drink or you don't drink. That is a watermelon mint lemonade is zero proof, but it is a very good tasting lemonade, and it's just $7.
It is. I haven't tried that one. I'll try it next time. Sounds refreshing.
Yeah. All right. So in terms of the View, you stated what your favorite was. The vibe is everything. There's not much that goes on. They do close kind of early. I really wish that maybe they had it open a little longer. At least you can see like at least at night or something, just to have like an evening, you know, quiet, because there's no one at the pool and so forth. But just like an evening, because that's a nice little nook area to not really be around a bunch of people, because the bar really isn't set up to have a bunch of people anyway. So
yeah, a nice little corner nook to go and chill and be and relax and get lost. So if you're wanting to go hide out, that's a good place to go hide out.
Oh, most definitely. Because I can tell you, when we was trying to get there, and we was trying to tell folks how to get there, where you at? They kept going in the Solarium. I'm like, we're not in the Solarium. We're right outside. I am outside the Solarium. Well, look to your right and around the corner. We right there. But speaking of relaxing and vibe, the Solarium is definitely a place where most people love to go and just disconnect from everything. They disconnect from the loud music. They disconnect from a bunch of people running around talking loud and stuff. They're just going to bask in either, you know, they're basking in some heat, but is fake generated heat. You know, that's like that humid heat in the Solarium. I don't know about that. I just give me the sun. Give me a pretty glow if you're gonna make me sweat. Don't make me sweat and I'm just hot. The jacuzzis and the pool. And why is the Solarium pool always so freaking freezing cold?
Is it?
I'm not talking about the jacuzzis or the small warm pools. I'm talking about the regular pool. Usually the one that's in the center. Man, the one in the center, when I say it is freezing cold every single time I go. I don't even go in that pool anymore. I go and just go into like the little warm ones. And I guess, you know, to me, those are the best ones, but those are usually the more crowded ones, which in terms of the Solarium, that's what you're going to get. A lot of people want to go there, especially on the sea day. So it's usually full, but do you normally camp out at the Solarium at any time when you get on the ships, Yolo?
I did when I was on Enchantment. I sat a little bit in the Solarium. I did get in a hot tub in the Solarium, but I do not get in that pool. I've only been in the Solarium pool once. It was cold and it was too many people.
Okay.
And yeah, it was too many people above my age group. And
okay.
Yes, a lot of people in there like that. And it's hot in the Solarium. It is so humid.
Yeah,
you can't breathe. So I don't spend a lot of time in the Solarium, especially if there's a lot of people. The only time I've really sat in the Solarium or we've sat in the Solarium is a few minutes and it's on a port day and nobody else really in there. So I'm not one of my favorite spaces, even though it's for adults. It's not one of my favorite spaces on any of this.
Yeah, I don't spend time in there either. I'll go in there, if TJ wants to get in the water, but he don't like the sun. He like he gonna freaking melt, right? So we'll do the jacuzzi or the solarium or whatever just to appease him, because if he does get in the water, that's the water he getting in. Yeah. He won't get in the sun. I'm like, whatever. But anyway, the Solarium bar, which is what we're all here to talk about, right? The Solarium bar pretty much has the same type of drinks that anyone else has by the pool area. Not to imitate the View, but some of the View drinks are on here as well. The Solarium, and this is just an overview of what the Solarium itself looks like. The Solarium that's on the Utopia or Wonder of the Seas or the Oasis class ships, and any other place, most of them are very wide open, lots of room, spaced out pools. You get jacuzzis, you get infinity pools, you get some of them have outdoor. It's not technically part of the Solarium, but it's pretty quiet where not too many people go unless they are, out there by the Solarium. And this particular view, you don't really get to see the exact bar, but the bar is in the middle of the Solarium. And it's usually a half circle or a semicircle, basically, where you just get all your drinks. It's nothing special or even that big, to be honest with you. And I don't know why. Now, on some Solariums, on some older ships, the Solarium bar is like part of a wall where you get your basic square bar, like built into the wall like anything else. But this is just pretty much to show you the Solarium area and what the vibe is if you plan on going to the Solarium bar. Now, the drinks. Let me share my screen so you can see the drinks. And so the Solarium bar is basically the pool bar menu, just so you know. Right. And so anytime you're near the pool, chances are most of the cocktails are going to be the same. And then there are certain menus that are just shared between each of the pool bar areas. Okay. Right. So here you see Planter's Punch, Goombay Smash. We've seen that already. Cozumel Sunrise, we've seen Caribbean Mule, the watermelon margaritas, pineapple guava sangria, passion spritz, but they also have the painkiller. They also have rum punch. And then they also have your usual, your beers, your wine, your non-alcoholic beverages, as well as your zero-proof cocktails. Now, in reference to the Solarium, do you pretty much get the same thing you would get at any nearby pool bar, Yolo, or
Yes.
Just your go-tos. Okay.
Yes, that's the go-tos. I'm rarely in the solarium, to be honest. So if I am in the solarium and I happen to walk up to the bar, it's going to be the basic of what I would normally get, either a pina colada or a Goombay smash or a passion spritz, something along those lines, or even a beer. So it's going to be whatever I would drink if I'm, sitting out in the outside areas or the pool areas. It's going to be the same menu, same thing, different channel, same thing.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, everybody, the solarium doesn't have, much variety when it comes to their menu, any different than your normal pool bars. But just know that the vibe, is important, because whatever you're drinking, you want to make sure your vibe matches whatever it is you're trying to drink. If you're trying to turn up, solarium and the View is not the place to go. Okay. You want to go to maybe one of the other pool bars, by the actual pool, maybe the Lime and the Coconut, go to the club, the music hall, go to some of the other bars. But the View and the solarium is for those that's trying to sit and chill and just relax and sort of disconnect from those. So, Yolo, do you have anything to say about these two bars that you would like people to know?
No, if you're looking for a great place to relax, of course, always go to the solarium. I can't say it's completely kids free, because there are sometimes you'll find some kids there. It's for 18 and up. The solarium bars or the solarium themselves are different on each ship. Some are bigger, some are smaller. In the areas where you can relax, but they are very wide and you can still get that relaxation if it's what you need. The View Bar, hands down, for relaxation on a pool deck is going to be my number one go-to. The area is unmatched, and it's just a nice place to go and sit and have a refreshing cocktail.
Yeah, definitely. Well, she said it better than I could, y'all. But until next time, as TJ says, don't be trash, live your best life. See you on the next one. See ya.